Hi, my name is James Wigstrom. I've been a paramedic for 27 years. Some of my hobbies are fishing, like every red-blooded American. I also belong to two social groups. I'm a Freemason and I'm a Shriner. I like to ride in Mardi Gras parades and give candy to the kids. There's nothing more satisfying than giving a piece of candy to a child on the parade route. It's very fulfilling. I am married. I married Letitia. She is the most powerful woman you could ever imagine. She's so powerful that she not only has my back, but she has my front as well. And there's no one that can stand in her way. She was a nurse at the hospital and I was a paramedic in training. And I bet my partner lunch that I would take her out on a date. And he told me it would never happen. She was so far out of my league, I couldn't touch her with a 20-foot pole. When I was doing my ride time as a paramedic student, I made sure that all of my patients received an IV, EKG, and oxygen, and I would purposefully dump or drop my patients off at the hospital she was working at just to aggravate her. And finally she said to me, she said, "What is it gonna take for you to go somewhere else? Stop coming here." And I said, "You need to go on a date with me." And she did. And ever since then, never looked back. Let's see. The only way I can describe her is she is the air I breathe. I have 4 children, 2 of my own, and she has 2, Tiffy, Joseph, James, and Heather. And together we have 5 beautiful grandchildren. My favorite thing about my kids is their self-reliance and self-sufficiency, their drive, their motivation. Each in their own way have this drive that is unbelievable. Some more than others, like any other sibling, but basically their drive to succeed is unstoppable.
That must make you proud.
It does. It makes me very proud. I was very fortunate to have the family I have.
What's your favorite thing about your grandchildren?
Everything. Everything. Everything is my favorite. The way they laugh, the way they smile, the way they play, the way they argue. My grandson could argue like a lawyer, and he's 4. I was born and raised in Belchase in the wonderful year of 1969. My parents are Bill and Rochelle Wigstrom. I have 4 older brothers, Billy, Eddie, Johnny, and Donnie. And it was a very close-knit family. I went to Delgado Community College, where I became a basic EMT. I was taught by one of the most wonderful instructors in the world, Robin Brewer, who had a sense of humor that was undeniably her own, and she had a laugh. And it wasn't a bellowing laugh, but it was a laugh that everybody knew she was happy. From there, I went to Priority EMS, where I worked for 3 or 4 years, and I went into a in-house paramedic class and never looked back since then. I ended up working for Plaquemines Parish by faith, I guess. My partner and I was sitting out in front of the Walmart in Miro, and I saw this lady walking into Walmart, and she had a child in hand. And they walked right past the little mechanical horse that the children ride. And the little girl wanted to ride the horse, and her mama told her no. And I wasn't gonna have that. You know, I love children. And I went into Walmart, and not Walmart, Kmart, I'm sorry. I went into Kmart and I found a woman, and I found a little girl, and I bent down and I handed her a quarter. And I said, when you leave here, you make sure you ride that horse. And the woman looked at me and said, really? And I said, yes, ma'am. And it was Gina Meyer. And I talked with Gina a little bit that day, and she told me that she was a superintendent over Plaquemines Parish EMS, that if I ever wanted a job, to come and apply. And ever since then, every time I saw the little girl, Emily, I gave her a quarter. And she has a jar full of quarters. Shortly after that, I was involved in a horrible ambulance accident. It shook me to the core. And although I was found not at fault, the company I worked for faulted me and said it was an avoidable accident. And I couldn't have that. So I called Gina, and I spoke to Gina, and Gina hired me. Gina and Robert Brewer hired me.
That's awesome.
That was 21 years ago. 21 years. You know, some people like to call it, I've been stationed somewheres, but it's more than that to me. I belong to the East Bank. The East Bank is where I belong. I started in Braithwaite on Unit 1892, where I worked for 18 years, and then I moved down to Point Lahash, where I'm at currently now. So I'm not stationed, I belong. To describe the East Bank of Plaquemines Parish is extremely unique. We are surrounded by water from the Mississippi River to the bays and to the Gulf of Mexico. One way in on the main highway, which is through St. Bernard, and two ferries which go to the East Bank. The difficulties of working on the East Bank is logistically, there are only 2 hospitals within reach at any given time. And after a certain time, there's only one that I can get to in a hurry. So the distance, I think, is almost 60 miles, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to look and see, from the beginning of the parish to Bohemia, which is at the end of the parish. Right now, I am currently the only paramedic that is fully stationed shift over here right now at 1891, which is in Point Lahash, which is where the majority of the community is located. So yes.
Is that stressful, or?
It is. It is very stressful. I look at it like the people here are my family. I've known them for 21 years. And when the pager goes off, it's basically one of my family members that's in need. And for me to get to them sometimes is 20, 25 minutes. And in 25 minutes of time, the world collapses around me. Someone once told me, who's counting on you to win today? And basically, everybody here is counting on me to win. I don't always win, but the majority of the time I do.
Are there any calls that come to mind that would be like your most rewarding experience as a medic?
A call? No. Every call, for the most part, is rewarding in some way. But there are 2 that stick out more than others. There are 2 people on the East Bank that no matter who they're around at any given time, when they see me, they'll stop what they're doing and they'll tell everybody, that guy right there saved my life. That guy saved my life. And that is extremely rewarding. I'm not a hero. I'm just at the right place at the right time.
If you could describe the people in your area in one word, what would it be?
You can't. Yeah, one word is not big enough for the people here. The people are very, very loving people, very understanding people, very caring. You can't sum up the East Bank with one word. It's just impossible. If I can say anything to the people of Plaquemines Parish, it would have to be thank you. Thank you for letting me serve you. Thank you for letting me take care of you. And thank you for all you have done for me. And I guess that would have to be it.